Today, Tuesday, the 4th of February 2025, we have some hand-picked match predictions to share with you, which of course will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to our hand-picked events, which we share to members only, as well as our top match prediction tutorial classes, which we share to members of Level 2 Pro Plan and Level 3 Master Plan, then of course you want to make sure to also become a member of either Level 2 or Level 3 to start to have access to these features to take your winning to the next height. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video description. You can go there, navigate, click and join as a member to have access to these features to take your winning to the next height. So before we proceed, let's look at the event which we share with you on Sunday. So I want to say congratulations on Sunday's event for we all registered wins. So before we proceed to the event of today, let's look at Sunday's result. We did not have any game yesterday, Monday, because of course there were not safety events to share with you. So let's look at Sunday's result. So huge congratulations based on the game we shared with you on Sunday. For we had a total of 11 events which we shared, and we had 9 successful events. So congratulations. I will share with you all the games which we had and the successful event before we proceed to the games of today. So looking at the first game, it was in Thailand, in the Thai League 1, Bangkok United against Nakhon. We looked at 1.5 goals in full time as well as 2.5. Both cases were true. It ended as 2-1, a total of 3 goals successful. In the next, we looked at Italy in the Serie A, Juventus against Empoli, and we looked at 1.5 and 2.5 goals as well as Juventus to lead. It ended as 4-1, a total of 5 goals, making it successful. Juventus lead, and there were also the possibility of 1.5 and 2.5 goals. In the next, of course, we looked at Slovenia, that is Slovenia in the Premier League. We looked at O Ljubljana against Primoje, and we said that 1.5 and 2.5 goal will occur as well as the home to lead. It ended as 5-0. It was successful. The next successful event was in the Premier League of Scotland. We looked at 2 games here, and we had a lot of different match prediction picks. We looked at 4 different picks in this list. The first was Motherwell against Celtic. We looked at Celtic to win, and we looked at 1.5 and 2.5 goals. Both cases were true. We also looked at the possibility of Celtic to have at least 4 corner kicks or more. And looking at Celtic corner kicks, of course, the number of corner kicks for Celtic for this particular event in full time gave Celtic a total of 10 corner kicks, which also make it successful. So all the 3 cases here were true. 1.5 goal in full time and 2.5 goals successful. Celtic to win, successful. Celtic to have 4 corner kicks or more, also successful. All the cases here were true. Congratulations. Let's look at the next. We also look at the possibility of Rangers against Ross County. Here we looked at Rangers to lead. It ended as 4-0, a total of 4 goals. That is Rangers lead, and we also look at the possibility of 1.5 goals or 2 goals over. All the cases were true, and we also look at corner kicks for Rangers, and in this case we looked at Rangers to also have 3 corner kicks, 4 corner kicks, and even more. Rangers ending up having 8 corner kicks in full time. It means all the cases here were true. Congratulations as well. Let's proceed to the next successful event. In the next, we looked at Turkey in the Super League, where we look at Fenerbahce against Rizespor. We said that there's going to be the possibility of at least 1.5 goal, 2 goals over, and as well as Fenerbahce leading. It ended as 3-2, but of course, goals probability was our safest, 3-2, a total of 5 goals, making it successful. In the next, we looked at Bayer Leverkusen against Hoffenheim, where we looked at 1.5 and 2.5 goal in full time. It ended as 3-1, a total of 4 goals, successful. In the next, we looked at Portugal in the Liga Portugal, Sporting against Ferenc. Also, we had 3 different predictions here. First, we looked at Sporting to lead. Second, the possibility of 1.5 goal, 2 goals over. And thirdly, Sporting to have 3 to 4 corner kicks and even more. Here, Sporting lead, making it successful 3-1. There was also the possibility of 1.5 and 2.5 goals successful. And let's look at the result of corner kick for Sporting. And of course, Sporting also made us proud. A total of 9 corner kicks were scored by Sporting, making all the picks which we shared to be also successful. Looking at the next successful event we looked at in the La Liga of Spain, Barcelona against Alaves, and we said that Barcelona will lead this match. And even though we also look at goals probability, but of course, Barcelona just ended up scoring a goal. And of course, to a straight win, it was successful. And the only unsuccessful event here was the game in the Czech Republic, Slava Prague against Mlada Boleslav, where we said that Slava Prague would lead and also 1.5 or at least 2 goals. Of course, Slava Prague lead, which was successful, but the possibility of goals here did not met at least 2 goals. So that was the next unsuccessful event in terms of goals probability. And of course, these were the games we shared. Congratulations to you all that follow our picks on Sunday. And of course, we now have some events to share with you today. So let's proceed. Now, of course, let's proceed to the event of today. But before we proceed, I have a quick announcement to make. If you come here to the front page of our channel here, labeled as home, you're going to see that we provide match predictions based on goals probability and corner kick events, which we share to members only. And of course, if you also become a member of either level 2 or level 3 pro plan, you have access to these features to take your winning to the next height. You can see members only videos, and these are our game predictions which are being updated, especially during the weekends where we produce large odds for you to take your winning to the next level. Of course, once you're a member of either level 2 or level 3 pro plan, you're also going to have access to additional bonuses and features. Like, for example, if you're a member of the level 2 pro plan, you have access to our top-notch match prediction classes, as you can see here, titled as the level 2 pro class. You have access to the live match corner kick prediction strategy to take advantage of it, the simple trick to make consistent win, never seen match prediction strategy to take your winning to the next height, the comeback strategy which we have explained, never seen strategy that will amaze you, and 99% win rate strategy for you to use. So once you're a member, you also have access to all of these features. For you to access this, I will put the link below this video description so that once you become a member, you will just access the link below this video to watch all of these video tutorials in one place. And if you're a member of the level 3 master plan, you have access to the level 3 master classes, which will have video tutorial here like the AI tool we use, and for straight win and goals possibility picks. We also have our game changer match prediction strategy that reveal our top secret site and strategy we use to find corner kicks to make consistent win. We also have some amazing AI tools that we use, as well as the home and away match prediction strategy step by step, and the over 2.5 strategy to beat the bookies and win even more. So once you're a member of the level 3 class, you have access to all of these features in one place. The link will be found below this video description. And if you are also a member of the level 3 master class, you also have access to all level 2 class tutorials to take your winning to the next height. And that being said, let's now look at the event of today. You can see that once you're a member, you have access to all of these features. Not only are you going to be receiving hand predictions from us, but you also have access to our top-notch match prediction classes, which we offer to you as a package in just one place. You want to take advantage of this to start taking your winning to the next height. For you to become a member, just follow the link below, subscribe, and start to have access to these features. So without wasting time, let's look at the event of today. Looking at the first event, we looked at United Arab Emirates, a match between Dibba Al-Hisn against Shabab Al-Ahli. In this event, the recent performance of the home recently have proved that the offensive power and the defense, that is, the defense is not very tough, but they do score at least between 1 to 2 goals in each event. That of Shabab, on the other hand, is a very offensive team, and they have proved to be very offensive, especially recently, this same year, and of course, they have made amazing offensive power result. And looking at the recent stance in terms of the performances they have had recently, the way Shabab Ali have proved to topple this table, having 14 goals scored in just 5 events, sitting on the first place, prove that they are very offensive. But that of the home, on the other hand, in terms of the home games, the defensive line is not very great. They have conceded up to 11 goals in just 5 events to make their way to take advantage of the weak defense of the home. As a result, we look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, the away performance has proved to be very offensive. And since the defense of the home is not very tight, we looked at a way to take advantage of the weak defense of the home to either lead in full time as one of the major pick. Also want to look at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match. Looking at the next, we looked at Egypt Cup, a match between Pyramid against El Mansoura. In this event, Pyramid recently have proved to be very offensive based on recent event they have had. scoring 3, 6, and 3 goals in the Premier League of Egypt, as you can see. And they have also had games in the CL, that is the AFC, that is CAF Champions League, where they have proved to be very offensive. But that of the away have proved that they are from a very lower league, Division 2 of Egypt, which of course, even though they do perform here great, but they are very down in terms of the league as compared to Pyramid. Since Pyramid is from the Premier League of Egypt, of course, its opponent is from a very lower league. And looking at this, we look at 2 to 3 major picks in full time. For this particular match event, of course, the home performance has proved to be very amazing. And since they are from the higher league, that is from the Premier League itself of Egypt, of course, its opponent is from a very lesser league. Therefore, we look at the home to take advantage of that less league and that of the away to lead the away in full time. We also want to look at the fact that since the home from the Premier League is very offensive, scoring at least 3 to 6 goals in each event, we also want to look also at the probability of goals since they are meeting a lower league here. So we look also at 1.5 goal in full time or 2 goals over. These are our major pick for this event. 1, the home to lead. 2, at least 1.5 goal in full time. 3, 2 goals over. This is our major pick for this particular event. Looking at the next, we look at Romania in the Super League, a match between FC Rapid Bucuresti against Unirea Slobozia. For this event, the home have proved to be very offensive, especially in the Super League of Romania, based on recent events they have had. They have also had games in the CF, that is in the club friendly, where its performance recently have proved to be good against Shangaport, which is a very strong offensive team. Its opponent, on the other hand, have proved not to be very amazing, and they have had major losses with some matches they have played. Of course, the stand performance proved that the home have proved to be more better in terms of offense. Leading this table, they sit on the first place, scoring 8 goals in 5 events, conceding 2. A very great defense and average offense, but that of the away in terms of recent game played have proved that the defensive line is not very strong and the offense is average. As a result, we look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, the home have proved to have a better performance in terms of recent event they have had. And the fact that the offensive line is better leading this table or topping this table, of course, we looked at it to take the advantage to either lead in full time as one of the major pick or to give it a double chance. And we looked at the home to have the favorite here for this particular event in full time. Therefore, want to look at 1, the home to lead, 2, at least a double chance in full time for the home team. Looking at the next, we looked at Malta in the FA Cup, a match between Qala Saints against Hibernians. The performance of the recent event they have had for the away have proved that the away is very offensive, and they are from the Premier League of Malta. Of course, the offensive line is very great, scoring at least 3 to 2 goals in each event. But that of the home, in terms of the recent event, have proved to be very weak in defensive line. And looking at the fact that the home is mostly from the FAT, that is, they have had most clubs in the FAT, and of course, its performance have proved that they are not very great. The defensive line is very weak. And coming to meet in this particular event, Hibernians, which is from the Premier League of Malta itself, as compared to the home, whose performance recently have not been amazing, we looked at 2 to 3 major picks in full time. For this particular event, the away have proved to be very offensive, especially in the matches they have had in the Premier League itself of Malta. And since the home performance recently have proved to be very weak in defensive line, the away offense is going to take advantage of that weak defense of the home. Therefore, we look at the away to lead in full time as one of the major picks. We also want to look at least 1.5 goals or 2 goals over for this particular event in full time. These are our major pick for this particular event. Looking at the next, we looked at Turkey in the Turkish Cup, Besiktas against Kirklarelispor. In this event, Besiktas have proved to be very offensive in recent events they have had, scoring 4 and 2 goals in each event in the Super League. Of course, its opponent, on the other hand, is not a good team in terms of the offense and defense. Since the away team is from the second league, of course, Besiktas is from the Super League. And being in a higher league and the fact that its performance in recent events have proved to be very offensive, we looked at the favorite for Besiktas. And they are coming to meet for this particular tournament in the round 2 of the Turkish Cup. Of course, the home Besiktas have proved to have a better stand, even though the home team, that is the away team, have had 1 event scoring 4 and conceding 4. Besiktas is coming to take the first game played at home. Its opponent, on the other hand, in terms of the away, have proved that they have had no games yet, and of course, they are coming to meet for this tournament. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 to 3 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, Besiktas is from the Turkish Super League, and its offensive power recently in the game they have had in the Super League of Turkey have proved to be very offensive. The away, on the other hand, is from the second league, of course, its offensive power is not as strengthened as that of Besiktas. They've had one game recently and conceded up to 4 goals. In other words, the away defensive line is not great. And looking at Besiktas in the topper table and also from a better league, from the Super League of Turkey, we looked at it to have that upper hand as a favorite to lead in full time as one of the major pick, as well as also the possibility of goals since the away is very weak in defense. At least 1.5 goal in full time and also 2 goals over. These are our major pick. 1, Besiktas to lead. 2, at least 1.5 goal in full time. 3, 2 goals over. These are our major pick for this particular event. Looking at the next, we look at Asia in the AFC Champions League. A match between Al-Ahli against Persepolis. In this event, the recent performance of Al-Ahli have proved to be very offensive, and they are mostly from the SPL, that is from the professional league, and have been very offensive recently, scoring 4, 4, and 9 goals in each event. Its opponent, on the other hand, of course, proved that the defensive line is not very great, and they are from a lesser league, as you can see. Instead, in the Persian Gulf Pro League, of course, they are coming to meet for this particular tournament in the AFC Championship. And Al-Ahli have proved to be very offensive in recent events they have had. And looking at this particular table, Al-Ahli top this table, scoring 11 goals in just 3 events, prove how offensive they are with a very great defense. But that of its opponent, on the other hand, proved that the defensive line is not very tightened. And we look at 2 to 3 major picks here in full time. From this particular event, or for this event, of course, the home have proved to have a very high offensive strength. And since the defensive line of the away is not as strengthened as that of the home, and the home scoring a lot of goals recently, in the games they have recently had 6, 9 goals, and even 3 goals as well, we looked at it to bring that same form for this particular tournament. Therefore, look at Al-Ahli to have the possibility of scoring. Therefore, 1.5 goal, 2 goals over is the most probability to occur here. Even though also want to look at the home leading, but of course, goals probabilities stand the safest. 1, 1.5 goal in full time. 2, 2.5 goals or 2 goals over in this particular event. These are our major pick here. In the next, we looked at France Cup, the match between Le Mans against PSG. The recent performance of PSG recently have proved to be very amazing, having game played in the Ligue 1 of France with amazing result, 5 against 2 with Brest. Also, they have had games also in the Champions League against strong team like Stuttgart, where they still had a lead. This time, they are coming to meet the home team, which of course has a lesser strength and from the National League of France. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 to 3 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, of course, the away team PSG have proved to be very amazing based on recent events they have had. And the fact that they score very high amount of goals in the higher league, especially in the Champions League against Stuttgart and also in the Ligue 1, prove that they are coming to also make more goals probability here against a lesser team, which is from the National League. Therefore, look at PSG to lead as one of the major picks. We also want to look at goals probability, 1.5 goal in full times and 2 goals over. These are our major pick for this particular event. And to those of you who want to have access to a hand-pick event, which we share to members only, as well as having access to our top-notch bet class tutorial, which our members are benefiting from it, you don't want to be excluded. You want to make sure to also join to become a member of either the level 2 pro plan or the level 3 master plan to have access to our top-notch tutorial classes to take your winning to the next height. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video. Go there, click, navigate, and join as a member to have access to these features to take your winning to the next level. Good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye-bye for now.